grew up in Hackney. Hackney's always been home to me. Thinking back, so many different experiences, from sort of going to the youth clubs every single day, making sure that I'm there, making sure that I don't miss any of the activities, to being sent to Ridley Road Market to get the groceries for the house. Looking back, it's helped shape me to who I am today. You know, I'm proud to be somebody who grew up in Hackney. So My Sister's Pain, my third book, and I'm happy to say that this book has taken me out of my comfort zone. Being able to express myself in a totally different way. My Sister's Pain came about because I gave a talk in 2012 at Holloway Women's Prison. I had the opportunity to address these women in Black History Month. And one thing that I found very interesting was their stories that they had to share. So I've done my talk, but I think the most powerful thing for me on that particular day was the stories that they shared with me after I did my talk. So having a one-to-one conversation with some of these women and just them telling me about the pain that they've experienced outside, whether that's involving men or just their relationships with their family and any other situations that they might have been in. But one of the most powerful things that I got from that was the sisterhood that was built in prison. How their relationships cultivated to the point where they are now each other's support network in order to have this key word that was a theme on that particular day, which was hope. That's what I got from there, and I immediately afterwards I wrote an article called Hope in Holloway Women's Prison. But I always knew that I wanted to do something more, but I didn't know what that was at the time. You know, 3-4 years later, everything sort of worked out. I was more inspired when I was watching my younger sisters interact with each other, and I started to explore with this theme of sisterhood from childhood, how would their relationship transcend to adolescence and then into womanhood further down the line. And also trying to think about friendships as well, friendship groups when women are not blood sisters, but how does that relationship cultivate to the point where you can call somebody a friend, a sister. So once I started looking at my sister's relationship and then thinking back to that experience at Holloway Women's Prison, the plot for this book came to me. And at first I was apprehensive about it because obviously the main characters are women, and obviously being a guy, you know, being nervous about delving into that world. But you know, I took the plunge. I decided to interview hundreds of women to try and make the book as authentic as possible. And I was given the go ahead, and a lot of them had the confidence in me that I can able to do this book justice. And so here we are, My Sister's Pain. So my writing journey began when I was in youth work. I needed a medium of engaging as many young people as possible, and I needed to spread my message to the masses. And so that's when I decided to write a book, because I've always loved writing, and it was a vehicle that I could use to engage as many people as possible. My first book was called Consequences, and I actually remember my first book launch, which was at a bar in Old Street, and I only had about 40 or 50 people who came to show support. But it was the start of a great journey for me. My second book, which is called Ambitions of the Deprived, which was released in 2015, I enjoyed that process of writing the first book, and I knew that I had more books in me, and this time it was a fiction book, and it was my first novel. Looking back, my second book launch, which is at the Rose Lipman building in Dubova in Hackney, and it was another great experience. This time it was a bigger audience. I had about 120 people who were there, were able to showcase some young people's artistic talents on the night as well. So yeah, just continued that journey of loving the process of writing and creating material for people to hopefully enjoy. So the journey continues. So for My Sister's Pain, we're going to be launching it at the iconic Hackney Empire, a venue that I used to walk past on a daily basis on my way to school. I remember one of my good friends, his mum owned a hair shop, which was literally around the corner from the Hackney Empire. And so just that memory of constantly going past the venue, to now think that I'm going to be launching my third book there at this iconic venue and this massive venue, and just looking back at my journey from Old Street, where I had 40, 50 people, to Dubova, where I had 120 people, to now potentially having 1,000 people. I look back at the journey, and it's not been easy, but I'm proud of it. Sometimes I think about it, I think, is it too big for me? But thinking back to the advice that I give to young people in terms of being able to raise the bar and believing that you can achieve something great. And this is what this journey is about. This is what this particular book is about, bringing women together, because I've had so many positive women around me. It's about celebrating sisterhood. It's about sharing the story that I have with the world. It's about creating a positive images for my daughter, for my young sisters, and for just young girls, you know, around the country and around London, so they can aspire to be great, like some of the great women who have had around me, who have helped shaped me, because without some of these women, I wouldn't be here today. And so this is me giving back to them. This is me saying thank you very much for helping make me, man. Sometimes when I think about it, I get really emotional about it, because I wouldn't be where I am today, and they know who they are. They're probably laughing right now, but it's been an amazing journey, and I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do to spread my message and to bring people together. So yeah, the book launch of My Sister's Pain, February the 10th at the Hackney Empire. Please make sure you get your tickets. We're gonna have an all-female performers and speakers on the night. We've got Tanika, who's a singer. We've got Christina Matuvo, who was featured in The Voice. We've got MC Angel, who's a spoken word artist. We've got Samantha Jane, a saxophonist, who's going to be playing the wonderful sounds of the saxophone for us on the night. We've got Egwu Oganiru, the ICSN dance troupe. We've got Kate Analu, who was the former mayor of Enfield. She's going to be speaking on the night. We also have Jamelia, who's a former singer, now a television presenter. We also have Jade and Angelica, who are going to be dancing for us. We've got Project G, another great dance group. Karen Allen, she's going to be blessing the mic, speaking to us. And 3 fantastic poets, Jamelia, Dilemma, and Free Spirit. So that's Hackney Empire, February the 10th. Please make sure you get your tickets, hackneyempire.co.uk. I appreciate all the support, and I look forward to seeing you all there.